Okay, hello everyone. My name is Sofia, and today I'm going to talk about my position and my perspective about this question. Should education nowadays be based on the concept of blank space proposed by Steven Pinker? Why? So to contextualize this question and this book, I'm going to make an introduction about the Steven Pinker's book. So, well, it is important to take into account that education today, nowadays, face a crucial debate, and some questions are thought out. Should we focus on nurturing the environment around students, treating them as a blank space? Or should we recognize that students come with innate abilities and prepositions that influence how they learn? So in these videos, I'll dive into Steven Pinker's perspective, the things that he mentions in his book, and also on the balance between the nurture and nature, and what it means for education nowadays. Okay, so here it's important to mention the perspective of Pinker's work. The first one is the challenges or the idea that he has that the humans are born as entirely malleable, malleable human beings, and also he argued that we uh, possess innate traits that influence our behaviors, abilities, and even linear style. So this debate is really essential because it impacts how we approach at the moment to teach. So if we view students as a blank space, or maybe we might overlook their unique strengths and needs. So for example, have you ever wondered why some students excelled in creative tasks while others struggle with logical reason? This understanding this type of difference that is vital to effective education. So the main idea for this video is that we are looking at is that education should be based on the balance of nature and nurture. So Steven Pinker argues that students are in a playing space, as I mentioned before, so they come with innate tendencies, strengths, and talent and challenging. So this means that we need to design an education system that recognizes individual difference while also elaborating the social interaction and environments in which students learns. When we say blank space, we imply that the students are entirely shaped by their own experience. However, Pinker counters this by comparing students to plants. So each needing different amounts of sunlight, water, and a care to dry. So for example, for instance, so some students may flourish in highlighted structure environments, while others may require more freedom at the moment to explore. So understand this, the ability is crucial in creating effective learning experience. So this perspective challenges the traditional views of education, which often assume that all students start from the same baseline. For example, standardized testing can sometimes reinforce this illusion, failing to recognize the diverse cognitive and emotional backgrounds that the students have into the classroom. So the main argument, for my opinion, of this theory is that the Pink's critiques that the idea that all students are entirely shaped by the environment. Thinkers critique that the idea that all students are entirely shaped by their environment also that each student emphasize the unique predispositions. So education should not assume that every student every students can be mold into the same shape. So instead we need to focus on tailoring education to develop students, to develop the natural abilities and weakness of the students. But this is not just individual learning to develop the individual. Learning is more like develop the relationships with teachers and peers. So because this play a fundamental role in shaping students' success. Other arguments that support my opinion is the numerous students in psychology and neuroscience that support the idea that cognitive abilities and learned styles have genetic components, but they are also influenced by environmental factors like social interaction and perhaps the teaching methods. Okay, so for example, research on neuroplasticity shows that while the brain has innate structure, develops its highlight adaptable based on their own experience of the humans. So this means that education should leverage the brain's natural capacity for growth while providing rich interactive environments at the moment to stimulate the learners. So Pinkers mentioned this term of neuroplasticity in his book. So Pinkers talk about how brain's biology shapes by the environment, but with certain limits. There is the generic. So he explains that although the brain is adaptable, it's not completely malleable, as extreme blank space theory is proposed. The other example of this is the twins that Pinkers is about the twins that Pinkers mentioned. So he argument that twins students as a powerful evidence to show that genes influence such as intelligence and personality. At the same time, these studies demonstrate that the environment, especially social interactions, plays a fundamental role, but no an exclusive role at the moment to develop these traits. So the third argument is the educational equity. So the third argument is the educational equity that require addressing both nurture and nature. So here the educational equality cannot only be achieved when we acknowledge that students come from different standpoints in terms of innate abilities and also the social environments. So we provide the right to support and ensure that everyone has the opportunity to success. So for example, some students may face challenges. So for example, some students may face innate challenges as such as learning disability or or emotional struggles. Also, the students may face come from disadvantaged social environments. So we need to understand both the natural and environmental factors that obviously affect the students and affect their learning process. So the role of the educator, the role of the teacher, is provide more tolerated support to bridge the gap. And obviously there are consequences at the moment to apply this theory, at the moment to create a balance of nurture and nature. So what happens if we apply this balanced approach to education? The first one is the personalized learning. So this first consequence is that we move toward more personalized to personalized learning. So this means adapting teaching methods to individual students and needs, obviously recognize their natural strengths and offering the support that the students need. And the last consequence is the peer influence and social learning. So social interactions, especially among peers, are vital. So group works, collaboration, and peer feedback in educational environment help the students develop essential skills beyond the education. For example, at the moment to problem solving, at the moment to communicate, and also have more emotional intelligence. The limitations and challenges of this balance on this approach is the first one, equality concerns. So there is that recognize that students have innate differences that may unintentionally reinforce inequalities if we are not careful. Okay, so we need to ensure that all the students, regardless of their abilities, have equal access to opportunities and support. The second limitation and challenges is the complexity of implementation. So here personalized education is a resource intensive. So teachers need time, need training, and need tools to create individualized learning plans for their students. And in under-resourced schools, this can be difficult to achieve. So as a conclusion, Steven Pinker's theory of balancing of nurture and nature challenges us to rethink the education system. So by recognizing both innate abilities and the importance of social interactions, we can create more supportive, adapting learning environments that cater to the unique needs of all students. I want to that this video it's a call to, so I want that this video is a call to action. So if you found this discussion significantly for you, please like this video and leave a comment below. So I love to hear your thoughts on how can apply these ideas in our classroom as pre-service teachers. So thank you so much to watching and see you. Thank you.